M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. This is the National Football League. As we'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. Happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Play action. It's Jackson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Jackson. Flushed out right. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. DeAndre Hopkins. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Mayfield now from the 50. But that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. 1st down, Mayfield. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack there by Roquan Smith. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. There'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's going to have a Ravens 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Here's Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Flush to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Henry will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
You think back to some of the great goal line bruisers of the past, the Earl Campbells, the John Riggins, the Marshawn Lynches. And then you can put Derrick Henry right in that group as he scores there with another patented Derrick Henry run.
Tucker now for the extra point. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Mayfield on play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Baker going to give it to Irving. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete to Otten. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Now Mayfield. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5. Draw play. This is Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback, Lamar Jackson. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Throwing now, Jackson on first down, eluding the pressure right. He dumps it off for Henry. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They go play action now. Jackson out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Jackson will throw again. They set up the screen for Henry. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Now Jackson on first down. He finds Bateman over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down. Now it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And quickly they get to the line. Jackson now. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll run the draw with Irving. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Mayfield now. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken.
And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. Second guy in, tackle the ball.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down. Mayfield to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield off the play fake. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Mayfield now on second down. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Adolphe always showing off the pass rush skills. And they're not not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Being chased out left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Ravens are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Flush to his right. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
Following the penalty, it's Hill. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. They complete it to Hill. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. This is Hill on the draw play. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Justice Hill, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. There's a short one taken in by Otten. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Forced out to his left. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Slant route to Miller. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Got a man complete to Miller. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.